Hello, and welcome to CRB Thailand and this third video in a series about a trip to Lopburi, Thailand, made in March of 2025. This is day 3 of the trip and begins at the Samdet Phra Narai National Museum, stop 6 on this map. This was a 60 baht or around $2 grab motorcycle ride from the MRK resort where I was staying. The MRK is featured in the first video in this series. This museum is a highlight of any trip to Lopburi and features the very open 200 meter by 280 meter King Narai Palace grounds, which will be covered next, as well as the Chantara Pisan Throne Hall and the Phiman Mongkut Pavilion. There is a 150 baht entrance fee here, which is well worth it since this is one of the top sites in Lopburi. I would plan to spend at least a half day here, but keep in mind the museum is closed Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesdays through Sundays it is open 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. I didn't get to see the throne hall, but was able to photograph the inside of the Phiman Mongkut Pavilion, which is a 3-story building displaying a permanent exhibition of the development of Lopburi from prehistory to the present. The first floor displays exhibits from the prehistoric era, beginning around 3,500 years ago, with objects found in Lopburi and the nearby provinces, including human skeletons, pottery, stone, and shell jewelry, as well as stone and metal tools. Also displayed are objects from the early historical era or Tharavadi period in the 7th through 11th centuries, found here in the central region of Thailand, such as tools, jewelry, Buddha images, votive tablets, small objects often made of clay or metal, icons, Pali Sanskrit inscriptions, seals, and coinages. Although Lopburi is not a UNESCO World Heritage Site itself, it is historically significant and located near the historic city of Ayutthaya, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. UNESCO stands for United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization and was founded in 1945. There are currently 1,248 UNESCO sites across 170 countries. Thailand has 8 of these sites. The second floor conveys the development of Lopburi under the influence of Khmer art in Thailand around the 11th through 13th centuries. Exhibited are artifacts such as an image of Buddha sheltered by a Naga hood, lintels, and other icons. It also displays artworks and craftsmanship from the Ayutthaya to the Ratana Kosin periods, which was when Bangkok became capital. Third floor displays an exhibition extolling King Mongkut. Although this palace was built starting in 1665 by King Narai, it was abandoned 2 decades later at the end of his reign. It was Mongkut, Rama IV, who, 2 centuries after that, starting in 1856, rebuilt the palace and used it as a second capital for reasons similar to King Narai. Bangkok, not Ayutthaya, was the capital during King Mongkut's reign, but it is also located on the Chao Phraya River and so also vulnerable to foreign gunboats. This floor's exhibits convey the history, politics, society, culture, and biography of King Mongkut. It also displays his portraits, personal equipment, bed, clothes, and tableware with his insignia. For building Phra Narai Rachinawat, this King Narai's palace, King Narai turned to Europeans for advice. King Louis XIV of France had sent a number of engineers and military advisors to Siam, and their advice was enthusiastically embraced. The palace grounds were divided into 4 quadrants. We begin here in the northwest quadrant. The Phiman Mongkut Pavilion, which we just toured photographically, was originally built in 1862 by King Mongkut, Rama IV, to serve as his private royal residence when he visited and renovated the palace complex in Lopburi, so it was not part of the original palace built by King Narai. During the reign of his son, King Chulalongkorn, Rama V, the Phiman Mongkut Pavilion was given to the government for use as the Lopburi City Hall. It was eventually converted into part of the museum, which officially opened in 1924. To the pavilion's right is seen the Chantara Isan Throne Hall, where King Narai worked and had meetings with the Privy Council. Presumed to be the first throne hall of the palace, it was only half renovated during King Mongkut's reign. Here is the Dusit Sawan Thanya Maha Prasat Throne Hall, a reception hall for foreign envoys. It was the only hall built outside of the capital city which had a mandap-style pyramidal roof called Maha Prasat. Walking east here, we pass through this huge cathedral-like gate and enter the northeast quadrant. This area housed the main entrance along with storage buildings for export products and elephant stables. Straight ahead through the wall can be seen a row of 12 royal storage buildings. Turning right here, we head south into the southeast quadrant. Immediately on the right here is one of the elephant stables. Only a wall of it is seen. Further on the right is a huge wall separating the southeast and southwest quadrants. Now we pass through into the southwest quadrant. This area held King Narai's apartments in the building he ultimately died in under house arrest at the end of his rule. To the right, a ramp leads up into the area we started this video walkthrough, the northwest quadrant with the 2 throne halls and the pavilion. Right ahead is the foundation to the Sutta Sawan Throne Hall, which was the private residence of King Narai the Great, where he passed away on July 11, 1688. The original Sutta Sawan Throne Hall is gone in the sense that it was abandoned after the death of King Narai the Great in 1688 and fell into disrepair. This current structure is a reconstruction, or rather, the foundations and some elements have been preserved and presented as an exhibit within the grounds of the palace. Turning completely around, we head back into the southeast quadrant. This area contains 2 splendid pavilions. The first seen here was a reception hall for foreign visitors, complete with a mock moat, seen here without the water. This second pavilion is the Phra Chau Hau Hall, which may have served as King Narai's private Buddhist chapel. At the end of his reign, it was used by Phra Petracha, who rallied the kingdom's aristocrats to seize power in a coup d'etat. Phra Petracha overthrew King Narai in the 1688 Siamese Revolution, primarily due to strong anti-foreign, specifically anti-French, sentiment, resentment of the powerful Greek advisor Constantine Palkan, Chao Phraya Wichan, and his succession crisis exacerbated by the king's illness and his unconventional succession plans regarding who would succeed him to the throne after his death. By staging the coup, Phra Petracha successfully expelled French forces and influence from Siam and restored a more isolationist foreign policy that limited European engagement for over a century. King Narai is one of only 7 Thai monarchs to be posthumously styled the Great, and he led Siam through what is known as a golden age of multifaceted development. I wonder, though, could his close alliance with the French have led to the colonization of Siam by them? Historians don't think so because of the strong anti-foreign sentiment towards the French that already existed within the Siamese court and populace. Traveling from the King Narai National Museum, stop 6 on the map, we travel by a 26 baht grab motorcycle, about $1, to the Lopburi Zoo, stop number 7. Up until this point on this trip, all my stops had been in what is regarded as the Lopburi Old Town area. Here, we move into what is regarded as the New Town section. The 25-acre zoo The Lopburi Zoo is well known for its interesting residents, Asian and Australian birds and mammals. It's quite a shift from the historical ruins of Lopburi, and children would like this place. This was the tourist low hot season, and the animals weren't very active due to the heat. Constructed in 1940, Prime Minister Plek Phiman Mongkut attempted to develop Lopburi into a major city by building many facilities, including this zoo. However, after his rule ended, the zoo was abandoned in 1957. 20 years later, in 1977, the Special Warfare Unit took charge, working with various clubs, traders, and the public to renovate the zoo. In my research, some sources said the most striking feature of the zoo was the unusual family of 3 tigers and 4 dogs that live in apparent friendship in the same habitat. However, there is no public record of a tiger and dog family at Lopburi Zoo, and I didn't see this group there. The area is famous for its large population of macaque monkeys, not tigers. In Lopburi, the popular Monkey Buffet Festival is held annually on the last Sunday of November to honor these monkeys who are thought to bring good luck. The zoo is located behind the Army Theater, 1 kilometer east of the Sa Khao roundabout. It is open daily from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. There was a 30 baht entrance fee charged at the gate. I saw orangutan, which are native to the rainforests of Sumatra and Borneo in Southeast Asia. Also, iguana, a large arboreal lizard native to Central and South America. Here, a meerkat, a small member of the mongoose family native to southern Africa, is seen. The 36 baht, about $1, grab motorcycle ride takes us from the Lopburi Zoo, stop 7 on the map, to the Yin Palace, stop 8. There was a 50 baht entrance fee here, but it is one of the 150 baht multiple site ticket locations if you already have one of those. Keep in mind that pass is only good for 1 day, so if you are here for several days, you will want to get separate entry tickets. You only save 50 baht, or about $1.50 with the multiple entry ticket. The Yin Palace in Lopburi has several names and is more formally known as the Kraison Sihirat Palace, Phra Kraison Sihirat. Yin Palace, Phra Yin, means cool palace or residence on the water.
This is Kraison Sihirat Palace, Lopburi, Thailand.
The Kraison Sihirat Residential Hall, commonly known as Phra Yin, was situated on an island in the Thale Chup Son freshwater reservoir, which is believed to date back to the period of the Khmer rule in the 13th century. This reservoir allowed clear sky views, and in 1685, the French brought King Narai out here to see a lunar eclipse. Thai and Western architectures are blended in the construction, but the Thai influence remains the strongest. Today, only the walls remain of the hall. Within the compound, there is a group of small brick buildings built with pointed arched doors and windows, presumably being the accommodation for the guards. In front of the area behind the hall, there are two types of mounting platforms, each on one side, one for the king to mount an elephant and a second one to access a sedan chair on an elephant. The hall is a one-story building built of brick and plaster in a cruciform, cross-shaped plan. The layout has 4 front porches designed to be similar to the architectural style of the Sutta Sawan residential throne hall at Phra Narai Palace. This is the throne hall where only the foundations remain at the King Narai National Museum that we saw earlier. So this structure gives us a good idea of what that might have looked like. The Kraison Sihirat residential hall is important in terms of astronomy because King Narai utilized this place for an observation of a lunar eclipse in the early morning of 11 December 1685. This place is also related to a macabre event in Siamese history. It was in this area that Constantine Phalkan, the Chow Phra Wichian of Wichian House, was put to death on 5 June 1688. Phalkan was declared guilty of lèse-majesté, crimes against the king, and high treason, and condemned to death by Pitracha, King Narai's successor after leading the coup d'etat against him.